In our last session, we jumped back to the funeral of Jensen Sharp, where Phil told a story about one of Jensen's old adventures from 20 years before what would be current time for us. And those of you were there, and Jesse eventually, whenever he gets around to looking at a video online, we'll learn how Jensen got his scimitar from that, as well as that there might be some old allies of his still out there in the world, hunting monsters just as he did. But for this session, we are going back to 1888, to the lower districts, to Waltz Manor, where plans are being made. Plans to obtain an important journal that's research might lead to new discoveries in the finding of a cure for the Aether Blight. One that will require the infiltration of a upper city manor. The manor of Nathaniel Aldous, a reclusive, rich collector of objects and items of mythos. After Professor Quirrell met with all of you and laid out the skeleton of a plan, all of you decided to rest and are meeting now on the morning of the 27th, the last gala day of Hesephion. You know that the event is happening on his birthday, the night of the 30th, the final Jarn day, and the day before the sun solstice at his manor. What are all of you doing? Who's rising early? Who's sleeping in? What is everyone up to?
I think Carr is probably still doing his distant, protection of the manor. Because he only sleeps half the time.
Okay.
I mean, V sleeps for an hour at a time. I gotta open up his feature doc again so I can roll for whatever I got.
The rest of you would get a rest if you needed one.
Yes.
Ouch. Well, I guess it doesn't really make it away. I did not get a long rest.
We would have had many rests at this point, right?
Yeah, you guys are basically... You'd probably be able to try another time.
Okay.
But basically the rest of you are all topped off. Because you didn't do a 10 the day before, I don't think.
Didn't get it on that one
I just
either.
meant with the travel to and from.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yes, technically yes. So we'll just say that you ended up hitting one, V.
Okay.
Because enough time would have passed that you would have forced hit one.
I was more rolling to see if I could have gotten the really good one that gave me the more than.
Well, you didn't.
But I did not.
All right.
Phil would be up pretty early every morning. He would have sought out, not just today, but however long we've been here, last night, tonight, whatever. Sought out some of the help around the house and the other servants, the other people that were in the house, and you
would have found Hannah barking orders at Glenn to make sure the horses are fed and the carriage is ready should any of you want to take it somewhere, and to Karsten, her father, who's kind of the older but amicable man, big round belly who's always in the kitchen making food. Also, at this point, you would have noticed that there's 4 guards. Carr does a lot of it too, but they've definitely got hired guards. You haven't really met them yet.
For sure. I definitely noticed Carr go. Once I noticed him do it once, I noticed him I watch him go come and go. Just noting it in his head. I think he would have definitely talked to the cook a lot. He likes to eat, and the guy seems like a good fellow to know around here if he needs to find anything out. And then he would have spent time outside somewhere, a peaceful part of the property, meditating, making coffee.
Yeah, I think Carr probably visits him while he's out there, like trying to still have some level of attachment to Jensen through Phil.
Absolutely. You'd probably get out there and he'd be filling up a little like small burlap sack with these dark brown beans. You never probably never seen the actual bean before. And ropes it off his up and then puts it on a stone in front of him, and then takes the end of his his cane and smack, and like crushes the beans. And he's in the process of making a old timey pour over. Can I roll for the day, seeing as we might be doing things today?
Yes, definitely.
Cool. I'll do that while other things happen. But yeah, if you came up, you would say, oh, "Good morning, small friend." And he would just keep going doing what he's doing.
Hello, Phil. How was your morning going?
Oh, we haven't quite gotten through all of it yet. Working on that right now, as he pours the grinds out of the little burlap sack into a glass thing that he's got sitting on a little table that looks like an arch, kind of.
May I watch you make bean juice again?
Of course you can. I think today I'm going to try and make maybe a vision potion, which is what gives dark vision and pluses to perception rolls for this heist. Never know when.
That's really cool.
Are you doing your shared one with that? You are muted.
I have to say which one I'm going to do. When I make them, I go to make them.
Got it. All right. The rest of you wake up to the smell of fresh coffee and breakfast being laid out in the dining area downstairs on the first floor. The curtains have all been drawn.
Yeah, I'll head downstairs, get some coffee.
For those of you that would like to join the conversation but avoid the light, the room has been darkened. Say eventually the smells draw all of you in. And you are together. Quirrell is there too. He's looking exceptionally tired, like he didn't spend much time sleeping last night. And Marie from the guards is there as well. She walks by and she gets herself a cup of the coffee. And she takes a long swig and she turns and she looks at you, Phil, and she says, "This is fantastic."
Oh, I'm glad you think so. It is an art form.
Clearly.
Cooking in general is an art form.
And then she'll turn and she'll look to Dare and she'll say, "A note was left for you at the gate." And she'll hand it off to you before she exits the room.
Did you catch who it was from?
I believe it was one of the medical assistants from down at your little care center.
Thank you. I'll
She'll
read it.
It's a note you've gotten before. They're letting you know that they have a restock ready for you to pick up. So, did any of you take some time to consider what we should be doing to prepare for the party?
Well, I figured for me, the best bet to get me in would be disguised as help of some sort.
I do think it would be good to have somebody on the inside should the burglar or burglars get in trouble. There's definitely going to be some areas that are cordoned off from the normal guests.
I would prefer to infiltrate the facility, but if Maximilian would require assistance, I would help him.
If you would like another pair of hands on this, I could do either one. I am quite the show if I want to be, but I also cannot be seen when I don't want to be.
That is quite a useful skill, I must say. I have an assistant and he's capable enough, but if someone else wanted the opportunity to participate in a show, I can hardly say no.
We might also be able to use the Quirrell kind of turns and gives you a nod, Dare. The Waltz family name. We would still need to procure some kind of invite that we could alter ourselves. And if you were to enter, then of course you would need to bring, well, it would be strange if you came alone. Perhaps a date or something.
So would it be... Should I contact them to get an invite, or should we procure one, as you said?
I would imagine the invites have already been sent out. We would need to procure one. I did get some names from a list. It might be possible to, well, if we're heading off to prepare for things today, I could perhaps take one of you to procure it from them. Perhaps someone quiet? Or it's overwhelmingly powerful?
You have either option.
Which do you think would be better?
Or a trickster. He looks at Max.
I have quite enough to do preparing for my next performance, thank you.
Fair enough. Car it is. And you, of course, will need to make sure you've gotten yourself a new suit and your date is dressed nicely as well. There will be interviews today at the Manor House. You will have to procure, well, I can get you a pass to the Upper City, a temporary pass. Perhaps some of the rest of you could go that way as well. Overlook the manor, or, well, of course, Maximilian, you'll need to go to the performer tryouts as well. He's like trying to get his thoughts straight, writing stuff down. He's like got a bunch of papers spread out on the table and the food's being like pushed to the side.
I'm practically insulted that my reputation has not adequately preceded me, but I will do as you say.
Well, I was hoping when you got there you'd maybe speak about your reputation and they would be convinced of it.
Well, I shall see what I can do.
Yes. All right. You can use this, and he pulls out this kind of like well-pressed, it's like a large, almost like ticket-like object. And he'll pass it across to you, Max, and it's like a day pass into the Upper City for like merchants and people who live in the Lower City but labor up there, like personal assistants and stuff.
He'll nod and take it and begin looking it over.
That is technically just for you, but I'm sure you'll be able to find a way to get out whoever else through you need to.
Do any one of you know someone within the city that we could, visit to procure an invitation on quick notice. You could go talk to them.
Well, no, I have some names, but we are going to need to steal it.
If we get him an invite, would he be allowed to have a guard?
And they provide the guard services inside. You could try to convince them.
If we have a name,
But that's still not going to get you past their worker lines.
That's true.
if we have a name,
Surely some of the city's upper crust bring a butler or other sort of servant with them to such gatherings.
Yeah, it would be possible, yes.
if you
It
could
wouldn't
provide
be as
me the
long.
name, sorry, Matt.
No, you're okay.
If you could provide me a name and a location, I will provide the invitation.
He tears off part of one of the sheets of paper and he writes down a name and he writes down a cross street and an address and he hands it over the table to you. Quick and quiet.
That is all I know. And he darts off.
Oh, that was prompt. As for outfits and such for those going inside, I know a man, Jalar. He runs a shop just past the exit into the upper city. The Needle and Thread. Tell him Quirrell sent you, and he's calling in his favor. That should be enough to get you something good to wear. All right, then. He starts to roll up some of the things. I'm going to head to my little room above that tavern out by the harbor and get some things. And then I'm going to come back here. Hopefully by then Carr will be back and I can work on dressing up that invitation. And he'll also head out.
Yes, sounds good. Was that for... Is the party tonight or was it next night?
No, you guys have
Or
all
a
of
few
today
days.
and the next. Yeah, it's not until the 30th. So you guys got some time.
Gotcha.
Get some time. You don't have to push today if you don't.
I mean, if they're doing the job interviews today and the performance tryouts
You need
today, I
to do
feel like
that
that forces, yeah, me and Max got to go do that.
But you don't necessarily have to get the outfits today if you don't want to.
Right.
He can probably get you another ticket. So you guys can decide how you want to approach it. It's up to you. Is there anything you want to do before you head to the tryouts?
I would ask everybody is it a good idea for me to get the nicer looking clothes before I go to the job interview, or will looking less good make me more hireable?
I suppose that will depend on the nature of your performance, and I'll look at Max.
Well, I'm going to get a job. He's going for the performance. I'm trying to get hired on their staff.
If you are
It is
to
best
work,
known.
you would probably be best to have a nice suit.
The clothes do make of the man, as they say.
Okay. I don't like suits, but alright.
I feel like that would be the requirement of dress for this.
Guess we gotta stop by the stupid tailor then. And V will start heading out to the stupid tailor.
Well, I cannot go right now.
Oh, never fear, V. I actually know the perfect man for the job. He's just a few blocks away, and, well, he is much more affordable than some in the upper city. So, for and most importantly, he doesn't ask questions. So, for the circumstances we find ourselves in, I believe he's the perfect man.
You want to take him there, Max?
Yeah, Max would take him to the tailor.
Phil, what do you want to do? They're going to the tailor.
Yeah, I was trying to decide. Part of me kind of wanted to go with cart 10.
You can go to catch up with him.
Yeah, I think I will. I made the vision potion. I would have given it to everybody. I didn't realize it wasn't today, but I can re-roll it day of anyway. But the vision potion also gives you pluses on perception checks, and I used my ability to give one to each one of us, so we all have 6 range bands of dark vision till my next long rest, and +2 to all perception checks.
Nice.
That would be wisdom or wits and study tests.
Matt, is that something that I could have also taken?
That's a good question. I think this is kind of a DM decision.
Well, you can
narrator
your
decision. I'm going to say that
gotta pop out your eyes and dip them in the potion.
Yeah, he has some way to apply it to you that it functions. We'll say.
Okay.
It's not by ingestion though. He's like brushing it on your visor or something like that.
I would let you know, Phil, as you're handing him out. I can actually already see in the dark just fine. If it's costing you many resources, don't feel you need to spend them on me.
It is not. It was made from the resources of for everyone today.
Well, fair enough.
But would you like it in a different way? I figured something out to do with Car 10 so that I could rub it into his outer layers. Is there anything that I could do to make it better for you?
I will think on that and let you know.
As will I. I have made coffee for many, many types of people. We will figure something out. And he'll look like a super genuine big smile on his face.
He's definitely got a crystal goblet of blood in front of him.
He looks down at it and looks back up and then say, He's just
It was consensual.
No judgment here. Like I said, it's more as if I can combine it with blood in some way.
Well, if you figure that out, let me know.
You better take off if you want to catch up with Carr.
Yeah, exactly. And he'll put it down and he'll oh, I must hurry. I don't think Car 10 should go on this alone. They should have at least a pair of eyes watching his behind. And he will put the cup down quickly and then make off with his cane kind of slow. Like a certain little green guy from a franchise. Like that almost.
Wow.
A franchise.
And the last of them leave the manor.
I'll get docked.
Dari, what do you want to do?
I'd probably just take my rest for the day since I can't really go out.
Okay. Let's start with the tailor. Max, you bring him to the hole in the wall, windows filled with suit jackets, tailor shop that's kind of stacked with an apartment above it that's off in the corner of this cobblestone square. It's a few blocks from where the manor is. When you guys push open the door, a bell rings off the hitch on the top, and you see kind of this large man with a bushy mustache and scraggly face leaned up on the counter. Welcome.
You're still in business. Excellent. It's been a couple of years, and I had started to worry when I saw the turn the neighborhood has taken.
I thought you went on a traveling show and left the city or something.
Yes, and now, with a number of new and improved tricks, I am back to dazzle the city once again.
Interesting. He kind of leans on the counter and he looks past you at V. Your new guy's got a fucked up face.
Yes. Well, be that as it may, he'll look at V, and then just shake his head and turn back and say, I would like to get my dear friend V here a suit that will allow others to look past his face.
Have you tried like a bag over the head?
I usually
My
wear a mask
friend
when I can
text-
get away with it.
Yes, but I do not think that will be taken well on this particular occasion. Textiles are not my expertise, my friend, but they are yours, and I was hoping you could find something that would be in his rather overbearing size.
I mean, I got stuff that'll fit him, but yeah, sure. He'll turn and he'll look back, and then he'll turn back again, and he'll pull out like it's a fairly cheap brown suit, but it looks like nice enough, and it's not stringy. It's been patched on the elbows, but it's gonna fit nicely over your shoulders. And he'll lay it out. Try this on.
I'll put it on.
There you go. Looks good.
I'll look to Max. Does this look right?
Can I make some sort of check to analyze how well it fits him and stuff?
Sure. Make a wits or wisdom and insight test for me study test against a target number of 8.
Okay.
Is this the thing you get +2 on from the coffee?
Yes, you would actually. Coffee working wonders.
With the +2, I believe that's an 18.
That's a crit. I mean, it's not a great suit, but it's more than enough to get you a job lugging boxes. Like, they're probably going to dress them anyways. So he doesn't need to impress with his outfit too much. This should be a fairly easy job to get. But he is V. So
Max will circle him a couple of times, studying the suit, and ask him to like raise his arms and things like that, and he'll like check the buttons, and he'll make some suggestions about like, if you could just, you'll need to bring it in a little bit here, and let it out in the chest a little bit, and this button will need to be secured, and things like that.
Yeah, we can do all that. I can have it ready tomorrow.
Excellent. That will be just the thing you need, V. I'm sure you'll have no trouble securing this position.
Isn't the interview today?
Yep.
Oh, right. Yes, interviews.
You want me to do it right now?
A rush job would be much appreciated if you have the time to spare.
2 Dakotas for the suit and another Dakota for the rush.
Does that seem like a reasonable price?
It's a little on the expensive side.
Okay. Max will look around the shop and say, if you'll throw in that hat, it's a deal.
All right.
Matt will take the hat off the rack and brush some dust off of it and say, excellent.
He's just sitting there muttering to himself, this is why I hate fucking suits.
Just stand still, dude. Ugh. You might want to get this guy something for the stench, too. He starts tapering up the suit and making it look nice. As he's doing that, we're going to cut away to a bricked building fence that raises about 3 feet into the air, and then ascending from the stone are wrought iron spikes that make their way to a closed gate with a kind of almost like tower-shaped home behind it. It looks like it's 3 stories, but it's not particularly wide. It's more deep into and away from the street and risen high. And this is the address that you were given. Cars, you stand outside of it. Phil just caught up to you. as you're standing there inspecting it.
Hello, Phil. You are quicker than you would seem.
Many have told me as such. I figured you may want someone watching your back.
I do appreciate that. Although, I will assure you, I am quite competent on my own.
Oh, I do not doubt that. But not every variable can be thought about.
This is true. Well, thank you for joining me.
I will not interfere. Just consider me a concerned and careful observer.
Unfortunately, I feel it quite easy for me to infiltrate and harm people.
Oh, good.
Perhaps you could provide me with additional information that might make that avoidable.
I will watch the outside as you are inside.
I appreciate that. Matt, can I do a case?
You sure can. A case and infiltrate?
Yes, please.
Can you read that off for me real quick? I just want to make sure we don't miss anything.
I need a second because I did have it up.
It's going to let you know. All right. You don't notice any serious security systems other than the gate that you're going to have to ascend.
Okay.
It does look like you're definitely going to have to either pick your way in the front door or find like an open window or something somewhere if somebody forgot one.
Okay.
It also doesn't look like there's any active guards. It looks like probably nobody's home right now.
Perfect. Carr does not have the ability to pick locks. He is really good at coordination, though. But if there's a window available, I could very easily go through it using my grapples.
Sure. You have a lock. You probably have a lockpick in your inventory if you want to.
I would want to,
It
yes.
would be an agility and coordination test to use it.
Oh, I could do that. Is there a entry higher? Like, Carr is definitely more accustomed to being on rooftops and things like that. So
Try to ascend the roof.
yeah, if
Go ahead and make an athletics coordination test for me.
sure.
It's gonna be against a target number of 8.
Is it night?
No.
No, it's not. Okay. 15.
Okay. Yeah. You pretty easily scamper up the wall, leaving Phil standing alone down on the sidewalk, and disappear into the roof. This roof is directly across from the building you want to infiltrate, and there's some roofs on either side of it as well, but nothing reaches the 3rd story level of the top level of the house. It's taller than the structures around it. So at best you'd be entering from like the middle.
All right, I'm gonna try and do that if that's okay.
Okay. Go ahead and make a wits study test for me. This can make us a target number 8 as well. Phil, as you see him hop from one roof to another, like searching around the building for an entry point, you look down and you notice a woman pushing a baby's carriage and a man next to her, and he's like talking to her, and then he smiles and he like leans down into the carriage and he points at the house and back at the baby, and they start heading towards it.
I got a 9 on that one.
Yeah, the house that he's trying to infiltrate.
Yeah. Okay.
You got a 9?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, as you move your way around, you see an open window that looks like it leads into like a servant's room or something, or like a side room on the middle floor. It does look like you're going to use your grappling hook, but you might be able to like snap inside of it.
I'll try to do that.
Okay, just make one more agility coordination. This is going to be against a 12.
I will dart in the direction, maybe down between houses or something, or between the buildings where he was going, and hope to find him. So you have to catch him before he goes in.
You look up. What'd you get on your roll?
I got a 11 on my roll.
Okay. You look up and you see him firing the grapple across. It attaches something, and he's getting ready to like swing across into the window.
I will take something off my belt and throw it directly up in front of me, hopefully to get his attention as it comes falling back down towards me.
Yeah, a random object like flies up in your vision and then falls back down into the alley.
Can I pause and look
sure.
back? I look back and see. He leans down. You see his eyes like grow. So you see 2 red orbs on the top of the building.
I will cup my hand so that I'm directing my voice. I will say, "You are not about to be the only one in that house. They are coming back soon."
As he says that, I'm going to trigger your 11 on the test that was 12.
Mhm.
And your grapple caught, but the little rotor inside of it that was recently repaired misfires, and you are pulled to the window, and you actually shatter some glass on your way in. And when you look back, Phil, across the street and down a little ways, you see that the husband is like looking in that direction, and he's like starting to pick up his pace, like he thinks there might be something wrong.
I would say, they know. Hurry. And I will attempt to like get out of sight. So like if the husband comes like within sight of me, I'm out of sight. I'm behind something or behind the corner or something.
Okay. Yeah, you duck down. You hear him telling her to like stay where she is, and he starts to jog over to the gate. That's the entryway to the house. I'm going to give you a minute to think about that. You crash through that part of the window that was still open, and you land inside the room. What would you like to do?
He'll slide to a stop and then immediately try to move out of that particular room.
Yeah, you open the door and you step out into a hall. There's a staircase that's winding, and it dumps off on the second floor, or it continues upwards. You see across from you a couple more doors, and then on this side a couple more doors, and then it kind of like squares around this level. It looks like there's mostly like bedrooms and like studies and stuff on this level.
Can I grapple up a level and then hold my spot up there to wait for someone if I hear people coming in?
You grapple up the level. When you reach the top of the level, you see stained wood set of double doors with pearled handles that is locked.
Well, this looks like a good place. And he'll approach the doors, but he's gonna squat down and like try and take shadow while he assumes that maybe somebody's gonna come into the house. Okay. Based on Phil's.
You head towards the doors. You duck into the shadows. You reach the door. When you lift a hand towards the knob, you can feel a weight to it, and it's definitely locked.
I'll pull my lockpick out and then give it an attempt.
All right, go ahead and make an agility coordination test. This is going to make the target number of 15.
Am I in the dark?
You are in the dark.
Then it is easy.
So it goes down to 12. Outside, Phil. He is out to reach the gate.
Okay, so I'm gonna come running out of that alleyway as quick as I can make myself look. Well, not actually. Going, stop right there, you kids. You will have to answer for that with those who own the house. And I'll like come running and like I'll look in the opposite direction, and then I'll like look at the man like standing there. I'm gonna say, hello, sir. Are you the one that lives in this house?
I am?
There were children playing behind your house, and they were throwing rocks, and I told them they probably should not do that because there was a lot that could get damaged over here, and they threw a rock and it hit your window, I think on the second floor. I tried to chase them down, but I am too old and too slow to find them. I'm sorry I could not help more, but I think he was wearing a purple shirt with a blue hat, brown shorts, and green socks. Very colorful fellow.
Have you been drinking?
No.
Have you been sleeping in that alley over there?
No, I'm just passing through.
Huh. Well, if you could keep on passing, that'd be nice.
How long have you lived here? In this...
That wasn't an invitation for conversation. He starts opening the gate. Honey, just come on. And he's like waving her over. He's like, he kind of steps into you a little bit.
Sure. I will try to look as least amount of creepy as possible, and I will take steps like away, like trying to get even more out of the wife coming back.
As she pushes up with the carriage, she's gonna stop and look, and she's gonna say, "Oh, Harold, he looks wretched. Give him some coins." And then she's gonna push the carriage inside of the gate.
Oh, thank you very much, but I do not require coins.
He's
just
gonna
stay solid.
toss a couple of the marks at you.
Oh,
we're good. Just take those and go get yourself some food or something.
Yeah. Well, there's food back where I am staying.
In the alley?
No, not in the alley. I am telling you, I just am passing through.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep this guy.
Okay, inside. What'd you get on your roll? It was against a 12. Ant?
Oh, that was me. Sorry. I have a 17.
Okay, yeah. You open the door into the study. It's a private study. Go ahead and make a wisdom study test for me against a target number of 8. Looking around the chamber, there's a small collection of what looks like books. Most of them, pretty much all of them, hand transcribed, probably fairly rare. There's also quite a bit of writing material. It looks like this person might be a writer by trade, either for like the paper or like fiction, printings, or something. Additionally, there is a what'd you get on the roll?
I failed. I got a 6.
There's a letter opener sitting off to the side with a silver handle, and it's leaned on a group of letters. As you rifle through them, you see one of them is from unopened and is from Nathaniel Aldis. Looks like this guy's actually like days behind opening his mail.
Okay, so I'll quickly use the letter opener to open it and see if it's what we need.
Yes, it is. It is an invitation to the party in a few nights.
Perfect. Is there a window in this room?
Yes, there is. It opens to like the back alley.
He'll hop out that with the invitation and slide down to the back alley.
Did you leave the envelope it was in? I'm going to take that as a no. Okay. All right. You slip out into the back alley. Eventually, Phil comes around the corner, having just finally let that guy off the hook.
Phil, is this what we required? He'll hand him the envelope with the invitation inside.
I'll read the name on the front and I'll say, well done. Stuck the landing after a rocky start. We should get out of here quickly, though.
I agree. Would you like me to rappel with us?
That sounds fun.
Can I Yoda him? Can he hang onto my back and I just start ripping through the alleyways with the grapples? Yeah. We're out.
Whoa! Phil loves this. This is great.
Eventually, you dump out on the corner, and the two of you kind of mix into street traffic to try to stay inconspicuous, and you find yourselves at a corner looking out and you see some carriages riding by. As coming out of a nondescript door are Maximilian, followed by V, who looks very, very uncomfortable in his brown suit.
Can I stealth up on V?
You can try. This would be a contest between the two of you.
I know, I just want to say hi, but secretly.
Agility coordination versus wisdom and study.
It's not dark, right? It's
not dark. It's fairly early in the day.
I mean, I doubt he can fail this against me, but... See, 4.
I can. I rolled really bad. I rolled a 7.
And you got a 4?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You snuck up on him.
Oh, he just goes, V.
Yeah. Fucking suits, and now people are jumping out at me. And I gotta get a job. This is the worst day ever.
Phil and I have procured the invitation. Have you been successful in getting hired?
No, I just got the clothes. We still gotta go to the interview.
Well, I would say that you were successful in finding clothes. You clean up quite nice. All 8 of you.
I'm gonna look around.
I think the old man cannot see very well.
Is he drunk?
Are you not part?
believe so.
Are you not 1/8 of 8 people? I thought we had established this.
Oh, now I
No,
understand.
I'm just one person, but there's 8 other people potentially also in here.
Right.
Willem's definitely evil. I think. At the very least, he's a dick.
I am sorry that I came off as confusing.
I feel like I
And
was
fortunately,
the only one
we
confused.
only pay for a single suit.
Oh, Maximilian. You look fine.
They said I look
Well,
good and
commit
you
for
just
me,
look
it means
fine.
Carr is also just wearing a torn up cloak that the doctor gave him.
I mean, V's not usually much better dressed. It's become a running habit that every time I get a new pair of clothes, we get into some bloody fight and all my clothes get torn the fuck up.
Phil, would you like to watch them interview for the
Well, I
position?
think that is something that he will do by himself.
What are you talking about? Do you want to, like, scope the house for infiltration stuff?
Of course.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. I suppose we could.
I mean, we got the day pass, all we gotta... Max has just gotta talk him into letting us all use the same pass at the same time.
Which I'm sure won't be any trouble at all.
Maximilian, we've also procured the documentation for the doctor. And he'll-
Excellent. I'm sure he will be most pleased.
Max, do you want to bring your magic cart to this tryout?
He'd bring a few things, maybe a suitcase, but I don't know that he really takes the competition that seriously.
Is he bringing
actually-
Brandon?
Yeah, he thinks Brandon would enjoy it.
Okay, cool. So you guys listen to
Could I make some sort of check to see if Max is familiar with any of the likely competition?
Sure. Make a wisdom or wits and knowledge test.
Okay, one moment.
Target number is going to be 10.
Point of interest.
Yes.
Max has a general study, which gives you a bonus to knowledge checks, but it's a higher bonus if it's relevant to your area of expertise that you choose when you take the feature. And I chose magic for obvious reasons.
I think that this counts.
Okay, I just want to make sure it can apply to both the kind I was, the kind that requires spell slots and the kind he'll be doing for the performance. Although that requires some both. Okay, 20 in that case.
Yeah, I mean, you know that the canceled act, the person who was sick, was a stage magician. So that's probably a lot of the kinds of people that were going to be there. The usuals. People that you've come up against before, you've won tryouts against and lost tryouts again, and you've had magic offs with. You'd expect to see Sally the Sorceress there. You'd expect to see Larry the Laughable. Zara the Enchantress, Maximus the Mysterious is probably going to be there.
Oh, I can't stand that one.
And you know for sure your rival, even from teenage years, Oliver the Omnipotent, is most likely around.
Okay. Let me make sure. This.
Always trying to steal other magicians' prestiges.
Was it Larry the Laughable?
Yeah, Larry the Laughable.
And then it's so what the Omnipotent something? What was his first name?
Oliver the Omnipotent.
Oliver. Of course, they're all alliterations.
You heard that his birth name was Dave, but it is a stage.
Duly noted.
It is a stage name after all.
Dave the Omnipotent didn't sound that great.
No. And Dave the Daring was already taken.
All right. Well, Max isn't too concerned. He'll bring Brandon in a suitcase.
All right. You return long enough to drop off the letter with Quirrell. You have a little time. You've been resting since they left. Dare, you're probably still resting now. Is everybody else going to the tryout? Okay. We'll cut ahead. We'll cut ahead to the gate that leads to the upper city. There's a few constables standing outside checking papers. Eventually, Max, you're leading this band. Brandon's at the back of your guys' group, huffing as he's holding a bunch of heavy bags. Should've just brought the carriage.
Nonsense. We don't need all that for a simple tryout.
It's that pride again. Every time. And I'm the one left out of breath.
Are you kidding? The fact that they're even considering Larry the Laughable tells me all I need to know about this Shen.
It's true. He is terrible.
I really don't know why he still tries.
Papers.
I suppose. Some people just can't make it on skill alone.
You hear the constable call from the front again. Bass, he's looking over your group.
Ah, yes, here you are, Constable. You'll see that all our papers are in order.
He'll pull the ticket up from you and he'll look at it. He'll look at all of you and he'll hand it back to you. This is a day pass good for one person. There's like 5 of you here. Do you know the count?
Well, officer, you must understand. I am the person the day passes for, and these fine gentlemen here are here to help with my performance. I simply cannot put on the show that these good people are expecting without good help.
You're telling me that you're a stage performer and this is your crew?
Why, of course. Have you ever seen a performance that did not require a team to put on?
What kind of performances you do?
Oh, Well, and he'll lean in conspiratorially and say, I practice the arcane arts, if you will. I'm a master of illusion and misdirection.
It's a magic show?
Yes, if you must call it that, it's a magic show.
Got like a kid's birthday in the upper city this weekend or something?
Something like that.
Huh. Interesting. Cool. He'll look around and then he'll stop and he'll point at V. Do some magic.
I don't do magic. I help him. I'm backstage.
Am I one of the people that he's including the 5?
Yeah.
I'll smack V as nonchalantly as I can.
I'll look over. Oh. Okay, I do one thing. I'll hold up Carr, and I'll start acting like a ventriloquist with Carr.
Okay. Go ahead and make a... Go ahead and make a...
Really, it'll just be like me and Carr having a conversation, but...
Go ahead and make a coordination and perform test for me.
Coordination and perform. Awesome. These are both zeros for me.
And this is gonna be a group test for anybody else that wants to jump in and help.
Yeah, Max would help.
What do you want to do? Carr, you're gonna roll that too because you're definitely involved. You're pretending to be.
What am I rolling? I apologize.
You're trying to be a puppet, so you're gonna roll coordination and perform with him. Max. It's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Target number to impress this guard is going to be 20. That's the shared test.
I got 5.
I thought I rolled good.
What'd you get?
A 12?
That's pretty good. All we need is 3 for Max.
Yeah. Max is
Matt, can I give him my joke
figure it
and
out.
then you give us our difficulty afterwards?
No. But I do want to hear it. Max, what are you doing?
I think Max will use illusory imaging to just sort of in a subtle way just make Carm look a little bit more like he's like meant to be in a show, like give him like some like makeup and things like that to make it look like he's part of an act.
Okay. Go and do like a wits perform for me. Finally, we're rolling perform tests.
Thank goodness. I've been wasted on all these previous sessions.
A year's worth of sessions. If you crit.
It's 16.
You do. Card nods his head. That's pretty good. Here, let's just make sure nobody gets in trouble, yeah? And he'll walk back to the side area and he'll talk to one of the other constables and they'll kind of chuckle and he'll come back and he'll hand each of you a day pass.
Thank you so much, Constable. You've been an immense help.
Yeah, just make sure next time you get like an actual worker's pass, okay? Then they'll recognize y'all.
I will be sure to do that.
Get on in there. Let's go. Next up. And he'll wave all of you past. As you reach the manor house of Nathaniel Alvis, the crowd has already built. You see a teenager wearing a big floppy hat and a high-collared cape, tearing up as he rushes down the steps of the house, having just left his tryout, sorely disappointed. And you see standing out tall, a shrewd-looking, pale-skinned, elderly man wearing a fine black suit that's just perfectly tailored to his flesh and bone, kind of skinny body. He's got kind of like a rakish nose, and he's got kind of like this almost high-arched shoulder lean. And he looks down the steps at all of you, and he says, "Workers' interviews or performers?"
Workers.
A little of both, actually.
Go around back. I'll be with you shortly, and he'll point around the side of the fence.
Okay,
Where
before I
you see some
go,
other kind of like big bulky guys gathering up.
I'm going to turn to Max and go, "Was that crying kid Larry the Laughable? Because I kind of wanted to laugh."
It was.
Alas, poor Larry, he's been trying for years. Wants nothing more than to be a successful magician, and yet he really just has absolutely no talent.
That's sad. Maybe he should incorporate that into his act, because it was pretty funny.
Yes, perhaps
Anyway.
the next time I see him, I will suggest something along those lines.
We don't have all day.
I'll move over to the where he directed me to with all the other big guys.
All right, and if none of you have any other business here, scram.
Yes, well, I am here for the performance interviews, as it were.
Interesting. Into the courtyard. And he'll point past to the courtyard.
Thank you so much. Come along, and he'll motion to Brandon and everyone.
Brandon's huffing after you, carrying the bag of things. The rest of you can leave. Yes. Goodbye. And he'll turn and he'll start to follow to the courtyard. You see a couple guys that are like clearly guards step up after he says that, and they kind of cross their arms staring at you two.
He enjoys his job a lot, I think. I'll say as I turn to leave.
Should we be bringing the invitation back to the doctor?
You already did.
Okay. Carr just says his joke now because he didn't get to say it before.
What was it?
What do you call an elephant and a rhino?
What?
Elephino.
All right. Let's go to the performance first. You set yourself up in the courtyard. You see standing smugly off to the side, Oliver the Omnipotent, who's watching you as he's wrapping up his things. And just as he finishes packing and he starts to walk away, he turns and he looks at you and he says, "Mine went off spiffing. Another one for Oliver the Omnipotent, I think. But good luck, loser."
Max will say, Oliver, it's been too short. I'm sure I'll be seeing you.
And he'll stalk off. All right, then. We're looking to replace the magician who backed out. Show me some of your tricks, or whatever you call them. Brandon puts down the bag, and he turns to look at you for direction.
Max will say, "Why, yes, of course. You have before you today a rare honor. You get to witness the act of Maximilian Copernicus de Valor." And he'll motion for Brandon to open up the suitcase. And as he undoes the clasp and the lid pops up, Max will subtly use telekinesis to get a couple of items to pop out of the box, and he'll catch them and sort of sweep his arms out in a sort of performative manner.
Seen tricks like that before.
And Max will say, yes, I'm just getting started. Give me a moment. And then he will take off his hat and say, "What you see here is a perfectly ordinary, everyday hat," and he'll sort of like make a show of flashing both sides of it and that sort of thing. And then he'll drop just some like the random things he took out of the suitcase, is like a rock and a knife and things like that, and he'll just drop them in the hat, and he'll sort of swirl it around with as if it's like a pot and he's a chef or something like that, and say, "Now, tell me, sir, what is your name?"
Marcus.
Marcus. Excellent. I do love a good M name. Now, Marcus, do you have a wife, a sweetheart, anything like that?
No, I don't.
A mother or sister, perhaps?
I had a mother. She's dead.
Max will sort of under his breath say, "And I'm sure she was a wonderful lady." Then sort of think for a second and say, "Well then, Marcus, certainly you could use something to lighten up your home a bit. Perhaps some nice fresh flowers, or perhaps a bowl of fruit, something like that."
I like fruit.
Excellent, excellent. Well, has Maximilian Copernicus de Valor got something for you? And he will pop up his cane in one hand and wave it around his head, and then say some just like gibberish nonsense magic words, and then make a big show of tapping the edges of his hat 3 times. And then he will toss the cane without looking in Brandon's general direction, just assuming he's going to catch it. And then reach into the hat and rummage around and pull out like nice, fresh, red, shining apple, and then prefer it to the man.
He'll take it slowly, and he'll watch you. You hear Brandon kind of like clumsily catch the cane, but then he like flourishes it the way you taught him to try to kind of like save the mistake, and he takes a bite out of it. Pretty good. Go ahead and make a wits perform for me.
Excellent.
Or you could do charisma, but I think wits is better.
Yes. Just slightly. 13.
13, okay. A good starter trick. But how are you going to fill the show?
And Max will say, "Well, I don't do just apples, you know. Anything the crowd wants. Oranges, bananas, kiwi, whatever they desire."
I was thinking of something more exciting, like, I don't know, spitting flame, or something big for the birthday party.
Oh, something like that. Yes. I know just the thing.
Or, I don't know, saw the boy in half or something. You hear this gigantic gulp from Brandon behind you.
Max will sort of lean in and stage whisper, "Oh, believe me, I've tried, but he's very squeamish."
I like to torture my employees as well.
Max's grin will get slightly more nervous, but he'll hold it, and then he'll gesture to Brandon and like point to a couple things in the box.
Brandon will grab the things you want, bring them out to you.
And then Max will say, I do like to keep my assistant intact, but he has helped me with a couple of tricks in the past. You remember this one, Brandon? And he'll take the set of rings from Brandon and then look for like a table or something, like some sort of raised surface, and have Brandon lie down on it.
Brandon lays down on the table, gets still. Interesting.
And Max will say, Max will wave his cane over the table and do all his flourishes and say, "Now, I'm certain you've seen a bird fly, perhaps you've seen a bat fly, but have you ever seen a magician's assistant fly?"
I actually haven't.
"Well, in that case, you are in for a treat." And Max will again go through all of his flourishes and saying a bunch of mumbo jumbo, waving his cane around, and he'll do a little bit of actual magic to make his cape sort of like look like it's flowing in a breeze behind him, and then he will tap the cane on Brandon's forehead and on his toes, and then sort of make a show of lifting his cane up in the air over Brandon as a pulling on an invisible string in his waist, and Brandon will slowly start to lift up off the table.
Go ahead and make a Wits Perform for me. This is going to be against a target number of 15. Don't forget about momentum, guys.
12. I did forget about momentum.
You sure did. Nobody's used it yet today, though. So. He'll nod his head back and forth, and he'll say, I don't know. Why don't you give me another trick? One that might be good for the end of the show. After all, the sun's solstice will be hitting as the party ends.
Max will shake his head and say, everybody's a critic these days, and then he'll just sort of unceremoniously let Brandon fall to like 4 or 5 inches back down onto the table.
Oh, God, every time.
And
He
then
starts
he'll
cleaning
go.
up the rings.
He'll go back over to his box and sort of rummage around in it, tossing various things around, and say, I know just the one. You'll have to forgive me. I don't have all the equipment I normally bring for this one. Is there, let's see, and Max is going to look around for a like window or something nearby that's open.
Yeah, you find one.
Okay. So he'll find an open window on the second floor above where the tryouts are, and he'll say, "Now, my good fellow, if you would help me with this, I usually have additional set of hands for this one." And he's going to start pulling a large black sheet out of the box, and he'll hand one corner to Brandon and one end to the other to the guy watching the tryouts.
Yes, and what are we doing?
Well, we are going to make me disappear.
Interesting.
Now, you've got to say the words just right. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I think so. I'm ready, boss.
All right. He's going to say like 12 nonsense words in a row very quickly, and then say, "Did you get all that?"
No, of course I didn't.
"Oh, you'll do fine." And he'll just pat him on the shoulder and say, "Now, when I give the word, you're going to toss the sheet over me, and then you're going to say those words together." And he's going to look back and forth between him and Brandon.
Brandon nods confidently. He looks really confused.
Excellent. And then Max is going to have them lift up the sheet so he can get under it, and then he's going to start to lean under it, and then stop himself, and then take his hat off and put it on top of the sheet, and then crawl down under the sheet.
He's holding it up. And,
All right. No, go ahead and let it down.
He lets it down.
Max makes sure the hat lands on top of the sheet, on top of his head.
Okay.
Now, whenever you're ready, the words.
Brandon very confidently says the whole sequence. And he stumbles over like the first two and falls apart. I can't remember the words.
As soon as Brandon finishes, Max says, "Good enough," and then the cloak falls to the ground.
Okay, one more Wits Perform test for me. This is against a target number of 15.
I would like to use momentum for this one.
Go for it.
I'll take it to a 12.
Cool. I've beaten that both times. What are the odds I don't this time, right?
Well, now that you said it,
18. Where do you choose to reappear?
At the open window.
Very.
He'll just like he'll wait for the guy to start like examining the sheet, and then he'll just like lean out the window and say, Whatever are you looking for? I did say I was going to disappear.
Very interesting indeed. Can you promise me on the night of the performance, when you have all of your things, you will come up with a more, just as impressive but even more explosive climax?
Well, of course. Nothing makes a magic show shine like a good crowd.
The job's 10 coats, and it's yours if you want it.
Well, I normally work for a bit more than that, but I don't have anything else going on that evening, so I suppose you have yourself a deal.
Deal it is. We'll see you on the 30th of Jaran Day. I will have a workers pass. Just see my man at the gate on the way out, and he'll give it to you. Should allow you to bring a few in with you if you need additional assistance for the performance.
Oh, yes, that would be most helpful. I will see you on the 30th then. Good day.
Thank you. And he looks at Brandon. Clean this up! And he stalks off. I don't like that guy.
Yes, well, we got the job, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, definitely. The ring drop, it really hurts, boss. Can we stop doing that?
Remind me to pack a couple of pillows next time.
Oh, that'd be great. We cut to the other side of the building. I'm sorry.
And Max will say, and 10 Dakotas this time. That means an entire Dakota for you.
That is cool. I gotta say, that is cool.
Yes, now clean this up if you don't mind. I must see a man about some worker passes.
He starts cleaning up everything that's spilled out on the square. Cutting to the other side of the building, in kind of like this large, like, warehouse storage room. The guy in front of you is signing his name on a paper and moving past. This man that's sitting here, kind of sending people away or signing them up. He's got a big, scraggly beard and some old scars on his face. It looks like he's definitely been in a scrape or two. Maybe he used to be a constable or something of the sort. And he leans up and he looks at you.
Excuse me. Work experience.
Yes.
Like, what kind of work experience, dumbass?
Oh, well, I'm really good at, sorry. I'm really good at, picking up and carrying things, like heavy boxes, and storing them, moving them from one place to another.
Huh.
Or I could beat people up if you need me to.
He measures you up. You're definitely not the biggest guy here because so much of your strength comes from your hemomancy.
Mm-hmm.
He points across the room at one of the boxes against the wall. Pick that up.
Okay. I'll go walk over and I'll pick it up.
As you walk over and you pick it up and you turn to look back at him, you notice that you didn't notice it at first, but there's another man kind of standing off in the shadows, watching behind him. Alright, put it over there.
I'll carry it. Is it even heavy to me at all?
No, not really.
I'll pick it up and like put it under. Is it like small enough I could put it under one arm and carry it?
No, but like you
over
definitely
one
like
shoulder?
pick it up. You definitely pick it up with enough ease that it's noticeable to them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just walk over and put it wherever he wanted me to put it at.
You'll notice
Is that supposed to be hard?
Yeah, it kind of was.
Behind him, you hear the voice say, "Interesting." And you see the figure step closer. He's tall and broad shoulders. Well, broad-shouldered. He's well kept in a fine suit. His hair is well kept as well. Much better kept than most people that you see in the city. And it's waxed. His mustache is waxed. And his beard is trimmed short against the chisel of his kind of like his square chin. And he cocks his head and he strokes a finger through some of the silver whiskers in his brown mustache. He leans a little closer.
Take down your hood.
I can, but I'll warn you, I've got a lot of scars. Most people get freaked out.
Take it down.
I'll take down my hood.
The man leans into the lamplight. You can see the chisel of his jaw now and his chin, and you can see a clasp gold with a ruby inset in a medallion around his neck. Huh. Tinder coats for a day's work. You think you can handle that?
Yeah.
He reaches forward with a gloved hand, and you feel a couple of his fingers run across the stitching on your forehead. Interesting indeed. We'll see you on Jaren Day. Early in the morning, 5. Don't be late.
Okay. I'm gonna look at him. Am I getting like any nefarious vibes from this guy, or like he recognizes what I might be?
Make a wits or wisdom and study test for me, or resolve.
I get the +2 on this, right?
Yes.
Sweet. I need that because that is a 8.
It's hard to tell.
+2.
He's definitely more interested in you than they were in the previous workers. You didn't even see him speak to anybody else.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of nod to him. 5 a.m. I'll be here.
Yes, don't be late. You heard the boss, don't be late.
Do I need to get a different pass? I'll hold up the one that I was given for today.
The guard will have one for you at the gate.
Okay.
As you
head back out.
As you head back out past the other workers that are lined up, you hear them call the next one in. You see Max and Brandon walking down to the gate.
Did you guys get the job?
Brandon nods his head enthusiastically.
Well,
Blasted.
of course we did. I was more worried about you.
All they had me do was move this really light box from one place to another. I don't even know why they were bothering having people do that. I think anybody could do that.
Well, you might be surprised, my dear V. Some people can't even be troubled to move light things around, I'll have you know.
That's weird. But there was also this really creepy guy that was like hanging out in the shadows. And then after he saw me move the really light box, he got all intrigued and made me take off my hood. And then he like caressed my stitching. It was super weird. But they gave me the job anyway.
That does sound a little odd. Has Max seen this man around?
Nope. You just dealt with the guy who was acting like the major domo.
I'll like describe the guy.
No, you didn't
I
see him
doubt
around.
Max knows him, but
Max will say, well, we should definitely keep an eye out for him when we return. He acts as if he knows more than he's telling.
yeah, he was weird. But I'm gonna be back here at 5 a.m. on Jaren Day.
Indeed. I, fortunately, will get to have a nice restful morning before my performance, but I'm sure they'll have you moving light objects around all day.
It's really weird that they gotta pay somebody to move light stuff.
Well, even light stuff doesn't move itself.
I think it was only light because you are who you are.
I don't know, maybe. Didn't seem like a very good test.
Car, are you still with Phil?
Yeah, he's just standing there staring at him like...
That giant snake was way harder to move around than that box was.
Yeah, I assume it would be.
Fortunately, I don't think we're terribly likely to have to move any giant snakes on the 30th.
A story for another night, V.
We are pleased, V, that you procured the position.
Did you guys find your way in?
We were successful. For the most part.
What does that mean?
Car got in, and we procured what we needed to procure, and we got out with minimal damage done.
Wait, no, we already talked. You already dropped the invitation back off at the place, right? I was more talking about
He
did you
was
guys
asking
find a
if you
way
guys-
into the castle
Yeah.
or the manor or whatever the fuck this
Yeah,
is that
while they
we're at.
were in there. He was asking if you guys discovered anything about the manor while they were in there.
We could roll.
Unfortunately, I did not stay long enough, as I failed upon entry
No,
and broke a window.
he's not talking about where you guys got the letter. He's talking about while they were inside just now. Did you guys do anything to try to study the manor?
Probably should have did that.
Sure, you
I
can.
wanted to walk around there, for sure. For sure.
Go ahead and make a wisdom study test for me. The highest target number is 15.
I got 13.
Okay. Car, what'd you get? Didn't hear that if you said something. Oh, nope, can't hear you.
I got a 9.
A 9. Okay. So one thing both of you immediately identified was that at the back side of the manor grounds, there's a gate that leads to a private alley. It looks like at any given time there's 4 or 5 guards in this private alley, and they use it to bring like booze barrels in, and they're like using it to stage for the party, basically. Probably some of them.
Sorry, continue. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. Probably some of them, the more important guests might be able to use this alley as well.
Could Phil be on my back, Yoda style, while grappling like up
Yeah,
the?
that's fine.
So we look down. Phil, there's an additional entry below.
Oh, I see that now. What I was going to ask is I have the stealthy feature, which gives me bonus equal to, for agility or coordination has involved hiding or sneaking equal to my agility. Would this have been sneaking? Because then I would have gotten a 15.
No, I think that this is like
Okay.
more about like what you're observing.
Observing, right? Yeah.
It is a multi-story home. There is a steeple that looks like a repurposed bell tower. That has like kind of like a winding staircase that leads down into the 3rd level, central to the top of the building. There's a walkway built around it. These are all good notes to take, by the way, guys. There's a walkway built around it that looks like it's usually got a guard on it, kind of like looking out over the grounds. Getting to it will be pretty difficult because you'll have to traverse the kind of like terracotta rooftop. And that wouldn't be particularly easy for somebody who's not deft on their feet to traverse quietly. Additionally, there's a stable built into the grounds that looks like it's usually got a few horses and a carriage kept in it. They don't really have any guards around that, but there are like people working it, like stable hands. On the ground level, there's a garden with an entryway into the main hall of the building. And then there's also the courtyard that the main gate led into, where the main entry is. Additionally, on the opposite side from the garden entry, near the stable, there's a servant's entry. That's just a single door built into the stone. That path is walled. So it's kind of tight. If you ran into somebody in that path, you'd be like right up on them. And it would probably be like a servant or a worker. That's also where he just did his interview. Is along that path. Most of the walkways are lit by oil lamps that are enclosed in glass and wrought iron. So they would be difficult. It would be difficult to quietly put them out unless like you were walking the path and maybe like looked like a worker who was supposed to be doing it.
Are we still elevated?
Yes.
Okay. Phil, perhaps we should have V remove the lighting in certain areas to make our approach easier.
We could do that. The entrance up top will be. I think it looks like this maybe used to be part of a church or something, but the top is fairly lightly guarded, and I imagine they will not be expecting anything from up there. These shingles will be difficult though. They make a lot of noise when you step on them.
Well, I can handle bringing us to the top level if you can approach silently.
I think he would not know I was there. Also, the stable, maybe, in case this goes south, we should try. We should unlock. Someone should unlock the stable so that we can create a distraction or get away ourselves.
That is a great idea, Phil. Should we do that? In anticipation of a failure.
It would be hard to not be noticed, but maybe with this something we can assign to V, or someone else who gets in at work. Or maybe just as us. I can, well, let's say wherever I go, if I want it to be darker than it is, I can make it so.
That is fascinating. I would like to see it.
If you stay close to me, you will.
Do you want to go meet up with them?
Yeah,
Well, let's
I think-
fast forward to where you guys meet them as they're leaving. And then, so you guys meet back up and you had that little conversation. And is there anything else you guys want to do in the city before you head back to the manor to get with him who's been resting? No? Okay. When you return to the manor, it is finally gotten dark. The evening has set in. Dari, what do you do as you awaken? Is there anything you want to do before returning to the dining hall or the main area for them to wait for them?
I would ask any of the staff that's around about a invite showing up, or did they
Like
hand
for
it
you?
off to
Oh.
get it edited already?
The invite. So when you ask that, Hannah would say, "Oh yes, that man, that anxious man, Quirrell. I think he's down in the dining hall working on some kind of invitation right now.
Perfect.
He seemed very frustrated with the process. It seemed like he might be doing something a bit shady."
Best not worry about it.
She'll shrug. Would you like anything?
I am fine for now, thank you though.
Good
I
to
think
see
I
you
will
again.
meet him down in the dining hall.
She'll nod. We'll get dinner ready. I'm sure everyone will be back at the manor soon.
Sounds like a plan.
She'll head out.
Thank you, Anna.
As you reach the table, you see Quirrell has all of his things laid out, and he's rubbing his head. And he turns and he looks at you, and he says, "Unfortunately, forgery isn't necessarily a specialty of mine. I have neither the wit for it nor the deftness of hand." And he holds up one of his hands, and it's kind of like shaking slightly.
Well, I am a surgeon. Perhaps I could help.
Ah, yes, you'd be much better suited to try this than me. You can see he's laid some stuff out, like letters, to try to basically forge the name over it so it'll look well enough to pass going through the gate at night. That's exactly the scene I was thinking of. This is my shooting hand. Do you want to try to forge the invitation for yourself?
Yeah, I'll get a.
There's also a section with his wife's name, because she was the +1 for him.
Yeah, I'll get a clean sheet and practice the writing.
Sure. Once you are ready to attempt it, the forgery, go ahead and make a wits and coordination test against a target number of 12. Hey, all right. And how would you like to reforge the invitation? Reforged.
I'll put me as the main addressee for it.
Okay.
And then, would I know a fancy party like this would be, like, it'd be unusual to not have a +1, or?
Yeah, it would be seen as, you would probably be looked down upon a bit for not being able to find, like, a date.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You could also call a bunch of attention to yourself.
Don't forget you've got a bunch of NPCs at the manor.
Yeah.
I was about to say Marie from the guards.
She's useful because that's also kind of like bringing a bodyguard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good idea.
I was really hoping you were going to say car with a wig, but that's cool.
Yeah, I'll just
You're
write
already
car 10
sneaking
down.
in.
That's not going to be weird.
Yeah, it's not going to be weird at all. First dude in canon to have sex with a robot. Congrats.
We don't know that. The guy
to
who
happen.
invented them is.
We didn't even
gotta be
make it to a
evolution.
cyberpunk campaign.
No. 1800s, baby.
Had to happen.
I'll do what I can.
That's what I can.
Do you want to talk to Maria about it?
Yeah. I'll leave the +1 name blank for now.
Okay.
Being okay with how I'm writing it, to ask around for who could be my +1.
As you're finishing up, the rest of the party enters, and the food is kind of served out to everyone after their long day of errands.
By the time back, everyone.
Doctor.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
I've been informed dinner will be ready soon.
That's good. I'm starving. Nobody up there serves brains for some reason.
Carton, Phil, I'm sorry, brains?
She
That's
knows
what he-
that. She
This
knows.
is-
Don't they all know what I
This is
eat?
Coral.
Oh, this is Coral. Yeah.
It is a
Very
delicacy.
funny, V. Very funny.
No,
He
no,
prefers cow brain.
It is a delicacy.
Isn't brains rather bad for you? You know what? I don't want to know. Great job with the invitation, Phil, Carton. Great work. And I hope everyone else was successful today.
Yeah. They had a really weird test, though. They asked me to move this really light box from one place to the other. And then some creepy guy got really interested in that and had me take off my hood and, like, caressed my stitches. It was super weird. I'll describe the guy.
Does that sound familiar to me?
No.
Keep an eye on that one.
They're also giving me 10 decotes, which seems like a lot for moving really light objects.
That is
DRH, it's nothing to them.
You're not wrong about that, but Tindacotes is a huge overpay for what they're asking him, what he's been told he's being asked to do. Like, he's being paid as much as the performer.
I was about to object on Max's behalf.
Yeah, you can if you want. It's definitely, it would definitely be suspicious.
Indeed, it is rather absurd that you're being paid for a day of manual labor what I am being paid to perform the art of a lifetime.
Wait, we're gonna be making the same amount?
Yes, that is unusual if Max is getting paid the same.
Yeah, especially
people-
considering my job seems so much easier.
These people have no sense of culture.
I want you to be very careful, Devi, especially with what this man was looking you over for.
Should I, kill him or something?
I mean, if you need to for self-defense, of course, but don't just
But
go there
what about
expecting to kill him.
preemptive self-defense?
No.
You should be wary of what your other senses show you when you are moving these things. Think of what you pay attention to what you smell and what you hear, and anything. And if there's movements or anything, you could be moving something more than they say you are.
Oh,
I would not ask directly. Right, what the doctor said. Don't ask direct questions, but make mental notes.
okay. I'll ask Cecil to do that. Gladys to do that. She's much better at that kind of thing than I am.
Who
Quirrell.
is Gladys?
Quirrell,
Yes.
Quirrell leans over to
Take
Max.
care.
Who's Gladys?
Gladys is... Gladys.
It's not important
You-
right now.
Some more food gets brought out. More vegetables are being served now that Phil's part of the group.
We are going paleo in this house.
And, I'd catch Hannah as she's...
Car just
dropping
stares at him like
Well,
a
where you're
dog.
from, everyone's vegetarian, so.
Could you ask Marie to come in here, please?
Oh, yes, I think I saw her. Marie. And Hannah wanders out, and a couple minutes later, Marie comes in, arms crossed. Perimeter looks clear. Oh, that smells good. And she's going to walk over and she's going to grab some food off the table and just start eating it. You need me?
Yes. I don't know if you heard, but we are doing a little bit of... sort of a investigation, you could say. I'll be going to a party, coming up in a few days. And it would be suspicious for me to not have a +1. Are you comfortable getting gussied up and going to a party? You act as my date and bodyguard. Just in case.
Like a city party?
Yeah.
I'm not really, well, I haven't really gone to women's school or anything of the sort. If you're looking for somebody with, I don't know, manners? But if you're going to buy me a dress, I'm not going to say no.
Well, that would be coming with the territory, yes.
Red. I think that fits. Red. Yes, I'll go. Are they going to let me in with a sword?
Probably not.
Boot
We can
knives
devise
is-
a way to sneak you in something, I'm sure.
She'll nod her head. Boot knives it is.
In Max's ear, you could probably sneak in your sword.
What?
I
Well,
did
Max-
try a sword swallowing act once. I wasn't terribly a fan, but I could probably get your sword in if needed.
All right.
Yeah,
You'll
plan back
take
up.
my rapier, and I'll take my knives.
Yes, and have Marie take your measurements, and we can get you that dress made up.
Yes, I'll go find Hannah now. Marie will step out and go to find her. So,
And I will
We have found
put in
multiple
Marie's
ways
name.
in.
okay. Yes, let's get down to the plan. And Quirrell will kind of roll out his note. And I think we should take our break right there. So all of you are in there. Quirrell is in there. Marie is in there. Quirrell's got the drawing of the manor laid out. He marks the garden in the doorway leading in, as well as on the southwest corner that entryway for the workers near the back alley into the private area where those guards were spotted. He notes the tower on top and the winding staircase into the 3rd floor from the reconstructed bell tower as well. That was noted by all of you. He marks the positions of the guards that were by the gate, and he draws out the courtyard as Maximilian described it, as well as the windows and their positions that looked in from above. Maximilian, that room that you teleported into was a bedroom.
How nice.
It didn't look used, but it looked ready. Like there probably some guests are staying overnight.
That makes sense.
Don't forget the entrance on the roof. Right here, there's a walkway that goes all the way around it. And we also saw by the stables a place where the workers would enter. Both viable places, I think, to make an infiltration.
I mean, do we know where in the house this thing is supposed to be?
That's a good question. By us casing the joint, would we know possibly by people moving in and out of the house where it's all going to go down?
Well, there's not really anything you're looking to go down, but like you're not sure where he keeps. You know that he's got what's supposed to be a pretty unrivaled collection of mythos-related artifacts here,
Right.
but you don't know where it is.
We do know this where the stage is, though, based on what
Yes.
Maximilian did. So,
and Maximilian knows like where the doors are into the dining room, and he understands like the area where most people are going to be.
If he is as well equipped of a collector as we think he is, they will be under heavy guard, probably in the middle of the mansion somewhere. Probably not up very high, not near an entrance or an exit. If he is as prolific of a collector as he is made out to be.
Scenes like this I want you guys to keep in mind for things like buying a new feature. If you have the points, obviously. If you don't, then you can't. But you guys have a couple momentum.
Would it be... You guys think I would have a chance to be shown around the house and maybe get a glimpse of where the room is that first day, and then when I take my lunch break or whatever, I can tell you guys where it is, or I can try and leave a note or something. When you guys get in, you know where to go.
That may be possible. Unless you are moving things into or out of the room with his collections in it, though. I doubt you will be shown it. You would have to break away from the group.
I mean, we have no idea what they're gonna have me do, but I could always just, like, ask where a restroom is and take a look around a little bit. And if I see parts of the house, I can at least rule out those parts of the house so you guys don't waste your time looking.
If you are able to get a look, it would not be a bad idea.
I agree. If you think you can pull this off without making yourself suspicious and them wanting to post extra guards on during the party, we don't want their hackles raised.
I mean, I think that guy's already weirded out. Well, he's weirded me out. I don't know if I weirded him out, but I already seem to be on that one guy's radar.
Someone who seems to be that interested in something all of a sudden probably has nefarious reasons for being interested in the first place.
Probably. The last guy who took a weird interest in me like that was trying to build his own undead guy, and he had made this like really big chimera, and we were in a ghost town. I don't mean like an abandoned town. I mean like literally it was ghosts.
What Jensen spoke of in his will, in Lambeth. I passed through the new Lambeth.
Yeah, it was old Lambeth, the ghost town. We ran into him there.
Someday we will have to share his journey there and what you guys encountered, but that is not a tale for today. If we can get up there, Carten and I think could get in the top only one god today when we were watching. And it may be less heavily guarded. Maybe they would not expect many to come through the roof.
If Phil and I are able to infiltrate from the roof, perhaps you could do the opposite and meet us in the middle.
Me?
Yes, V. I am looking at you.
I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to sneak away, but I can definitely try.
All based on the assumption that you can. I am quite confident that Phil and I will be able to locate what we need.
Would be best to have as many.
No, go ahead.
I say it would be best to get the most amount of eyes we can around the house. Did the ones who hired you say they needed you for during the party as well? Will you be working then?
I don't honestly know. They told me to show up at 5 a.m. That's pretty much all the job description I got. And that the guard will have my work pass. But I can definitely try to look around throughout the day, and if I am there during the party and can sneak off, I will.
Account of the entrances and exits we plan on using, so that you still know them if you do happen to be there.
I can try. Where would be a good place for me to leave you guys a note for any places that I've either ruled out or if I found it? Should I drop something in the stable, maybe?
It's probably a good idea.
I feel like the stable would be the least knowing place for any messaging between us.
I mean, you're going to come back between that, right? Like, you're going to go to work and then come back to the manor at night, I assume?
I have no idea. Literally, all I know is
he's getting paid to work there all day and through the party.
I feel like don't get
Through the party.
captured. If we get lucky, we'll get lucky. But we look. The doctor fancies and tries to learn information.
One of us can come a couple of times tomorrow to see if they're on. You drop a note for us.
it's not tomorrow, is it? It's like 3 days from now, right?
Yeah, it's on the 30th, and today is
Right.
This is the evening of the 27th.
Oh, okay. So are you working 5 a.m. like the next 3 days for them?
No,
Or you
No,
working just
just
the day of?
the one day.
yeah, he's working the day of through the party.
Okay.
Then we
Does
should.
anyone else?
We should
Does
not
anyone
assume
else get? Sorry.
All right, you go, James.
Me? Does anyone else get a tickle on their ballsack that this party might be a front for moving something that is less than legal?
I mean, like I said, they're paying me an awful lot to move light things.
That is one of the pieces of evidence I used in my reasoning, yes.
And if you ask me, they're rather underpaying the entertainment.
We should also not assume that our points of entry that we have anticipated are still going to be available the night of.
Available, most likely, but more guarded, also most likely.
Can Carr just sit in the building across the street, since I don't need to sleep much, and just recharge there and then just keep watching?
During your recharge time, you're not like conscious, but sure, like you need to find somewhere to hide.
Who would have thought?
Is that what you want to spend the next days doing?
Yeah, he's going to continue to like watch the building to see if anything changes as it approaches the date of.
Sure. We're gonna cut ahead a day. It's the evening, and all hands are on deck. You guys have been waiting for. You've been waiting for Dari to rise from his daily rest, and it's been planned to meet up to work on the cart and get that all ready, not only for the performance but for just in general. And at this point, I'm gonna let all of you roll a wits and knowledge test together. This is going to be a group test for the whole party against a target number of 50. This would be reduced by your easy in your inventor for wits knowledge involving inventing and stuff. So it would end up being a 44.
I'm not contributing much, FYI, guys. If we want to use momentum.
Not everybody's good at this. Do you guys want to use momentum? That would drop it to a 38.
I'm not opposed.
Does this count as magic related?
It can, yes.
It's a
if
new
you want
day.
to add magical implements. It is a new day.
We would have known but that we needed to do this today.
Yeah, it was planned that everyone was going to meet up for this.
I have rolled for my alchemical coffee today? I have an ancestral knowledge potion with helps with knowledge checks. Let me roll that.
Okay. See how many of those you can give out. What's the feature related to magic?
Oh, mine?
That you were, yeah. So make it easy also?
No, it just adds 5 to the roll if for knowledge checks related to magic.
Yes, so you would add 5 to yours.
Sweet.
Currently, you guys are going against a 36.
Okay.
I think everyone's
And
going to get bonuses.
So I get a standard 1/1. I get a standard quality one. So by spending a D, the creature can drink this potion to gain a +4 bonus to test the use knowledge until its next long rest. And I'll use the feature to make sure to get a copy of it for all of us. So we all have that until the end of the day. Plus, just
Cool.
put a flat +4 to knowledge checks.
So I
That
still
almost
only get an
doubled
8.
me.
Yeah, that definitely doubled me.
I went
All
to
right.
9.
All right. Ant, what'd you get?
8.
18.
16.
What'd you
I
get?
think we're going to
If
crit on
I'm
this.
getting another,
9.
if I get another 4, I got 19.
You guys definitely crit on that.
Hell yeah.
Big crits. Okay. So let's go. This is a doc that you guys should generally try to have up every session. I'm gonna link it. This used to be the Manor doc. That didn't do what I wanted. This used to be the Manor doc, but this is kind of like the party doc now.
It says access is denied.
Well, Ant didn't have a problem. You should be able to search for this.
I'm in this bitch.
Let's see. I remember having a party doc at one point, but I don't.
Yeah, I just need to remind you guys to actually utilize it because it'd probably help with RP and stuff too. But let's see. Oh yeah, why aren't you in here? Alright, now you should be able to access it.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
And I think Jesse, I just got you in as well.
Sweet.
I sent a request as well.
Alright, you should be good now too. So hopefully everyone can get in now. My bad.
Yeah, we're good.
Alright. So this is Maximilian's magic cart, which is your guys' first vehicle. Essentially, as it is now, it's got 3 stations, and a station is like a place on the vehicle where you can mechanically do things. There's a driver's seat and a passenger seat up front. Those are like the carriage seats on the outside. And then there's the carriage, which has some tricks and stuff that Max and Brandon have already set up. And because you guys got a crit on your test, you guys have the ability to brainstorm up to 4 new mechanical improvements. They can be passive, they can be active things for the stations to make to the cart ahead of going on this heist. You can do this in character, you can do this out of character.
Well, I'll say, Jesse, what would help whatever you may have in mind for this main act? What would make it even easier or more spectacular?
Perhaps the doctor could incorporate one of my smoke bombs.
That could come in handy.
I was also thinking maybe we could put in a smuggler's hatch and we can try and use that to smuggle in Marie's weapon and potentially smuggle out the stolen object if no alarm gets raised over it.
You have some hidden weapon storage already in the carriage. The carriage already has 3 things.
And we
One
put
of them
like
is hidden weapon
That's,
storage.
that's fair.
What if we
Do we
put
know
a
the
hat on
size
the
of,
bottom of the carriage? The cart.
so like somebody can wheel in underneath it?
Or someone can just like roll underneath it and come up under it and be inside of it, or sneak out underneath it, type of thing. Like in
actually like that
the
idea.
D&D movie, like in the D&D movie, you know, where they have they like a portal, like where they put the portal, like that.
We would like a portal.
Yeah, yeah. That's not mechanical, I'm pretty sure.
Gotta talk to Jesse's character about that one.
Do we know the size of this thing that we're stealing? Will it fit in one of the hidden weapons?
Book.
Your
Right?
target thing is like some kind of book or collection of like scrolls or something. You're not really sure what its condition is, but it's something that's like a journal, is how it was described to you.
Okay. But so it's small enough it
Right.
could fit in one of those hidden
Yeah, you
weapon
think you
storages.
They're not really designed to like store and hide anything other than a weapon, though, and they do have like the launcher capability, so it's not a bad idea to do like a safe type thing as a totally would be a valuable improvement. Don't get me wrong.
Could we incorporate something that involves like a axle system that lets maybe V pedal for strength to make us go faster or something like that?
Like a speed improvement that does.
Yeah, like you could pedal. Basically, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
But if we start going faster than the horses, we're going to just run into our horses on the front.
True.
true.
It's not yet a horseless carriage. It's on the list. What else?
Something to like protect it, like if you wanted to do anything with fire or something like that, could we like fire harden the wood, or like heat treat the wood or something like that,
Just armor
Fireproofing?
armor.
Armor plating?
or armor plating. Yeah.
Armor plating.
Okay.
I feel like that's probably smart. Just to
We could give it some sort of like mounted weapon that'll pop up, like a crossbow or something, and a crossbow, like a ballista almost thing, in case we need to get into a
fight.
chase in a fight. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like a magic cart should be on not attack mode, but defensive and escape. But
Hey.
we wrong.
The best defense is the other guy's dead and can't hurt you anymore.
That's, yeah. Can't argue with that logic. Max, anything?
I have a
It is your-
question.
Yes.
So I have the spell scripter feature now.
Uh-huh.
Could Max, instead of creating a spell scroll, like inscribe a spell into the cart somehow and make it like
Yeah.
enchant the cart or something?
Yeah, I think so.
And I'm going to work on what I'd want to do with that.
That's cool. I like that.
All right, what else? Max, I think it would have to be a spell that you can have access to. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was assuming.
Okay, cool. It's okay. If that's more than, how many did I say you were going to get? 4?
Or,
And you said like 7 or 8, right? Didn't he say?
Oh,
Didn't he say?
Yeah. Nah,
Yeah. Said anything we wanted, actually.
it's more than 4, but let's take a moment just in case anybody thinks of anything else before we have to whittle down. Yeah, I said anything you want.
Yep.
I mean, you could do like an invention on this if you wanted, like horseless carriage or something like that. Like, you have an inventor in the party, you have a magician in the party, like, you guys can get fantastical with this.
we could have the inscription you could have is phantasmal imagery or whatever it is, and we could never actually have real horses. They're always just like illusory, and it's powered by like an engine.
That would be fun. Max likes that idea.
That would be pretty sick.
All right. What else?
Spell-wise,
engines sound like horses.
Spell wise.
oh no, that's
Yeah. Nay.
Max makes Brandon sound like a horse all the time.
We just got the driver has to use coconuts up front.
Well, the steering wheel is
totally
just going to be
on board with
two coconuts that they gotta,
Exactly.
hit together.
And the
Max.
engine will not go unless you're making that sound. It's sound activated.
It's funny.
And then the V speed up's going to be like a hatch that
that's
drops
the
down
thing.
on the floor, and he puts his leg through to run, Fred Flintstone style.
I was thinking about that earlier when you said like the pedal thing. That's the first thing that came to mind was.
That's
for
the
Fred
thing. If
Flintstone
you
to
guys
shit out of the car.
if you guys do end up making it a horseless carriage somehow, you might want to consider having one of the improvements being like a driver's code, so it can't get jacked as easily.
Another thought I had is if I can enchant the carriage, I have a summoning spell. So if I could figure out some sort of horse alternative that I could summon and attach to the carriage.
Like it summons a horse instead of it being true horseless carriage.
Yeah, like there's no horse there, but if you sit in the driver's seat and pick up the reins and say the code word or whatever, a horse appears, or magic horse or horse alternative.
Yeah. I like that idea. That could be the spell inscription.
The other ideas I had as far
You
as
do
spell
multiple.
inscription, were putting arcane protection on it, as opposed to actual armor, or using camouflage to turn it invisible in emergencies.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
I like the camouflage one. That's a good. That would be solid.
I think if it just looks like something in the area whenever it's parked, that's sick.
Yeah, TARDIS style.
All right, let's go through this again. So, a hatch on the underside of the carriage station that would allow somebody to get out underneath or come in underneath. Some kind of like pedal system or other system to create more speed. Illusory horses or technologically making it a horse's carriage, however you guys want to do that. Fireproofing armor plating, a mounted weapon, arcane armor spell instead of armor plating, a driver's code so it's harder to steal, and a camouflage spell. So you get 4 of those things.
I think the camo is pretty sick of an idea.
I think camo's a great idea. I think I like the hatch a lot. The floor hatch. A lot of uses for that, I feel like. I mean, it's definitely your car, Jesse, but that's...
Sounds like camouflage spell is in.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Jesse, go and pick what you like, but yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
your contribution was the best.
Cool.
I'm fine with any of those. I think all of those are great ideas.
So yeah, I like the hatch to get in and out. Sounds handy.
Okay. That's 2.
Can I only put one spell in the carriage?
No, you can inscribe multiple spells if you want.
How do we feel about horseless carriage versus summoning something better than a horse?
I mean, better than horse sounds awesome, but horseless carriage seems pretty useful as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, having a horseless carriage would give you advantage in like maneuverability on like tight corners and shit.
It would also make your shit seem more whimsical and magical. Well, your your horse-drawn carriage without horses. Like that's very. It catches the attention.
That is
If you
true.
want it to be a mechanical system, also Daria could probably create that.
Let's steampunk it.
Yeah, you could probably do it either way, honestly.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's steampunk it.
Okay. Daria, you're making the first car.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
All right, you guys get one more.
Speaking of which, the road spikes reference vehicles with tires. How many of those are we planning to run into?
Well, I'll change that to spoked wheels. I'll change that to wheels.
That's why I thought smoke bomb. Horses are chasing us.
All right, you guys get one more improvement for your downtime.
Can we include some sort of code or key system in with the steampunking it?
I think that counts as its own improvement.
Okay.
But to be real with you, anybody else who gets on that thing is going to be guessing how to start it.
That's what I was going to say.
Nobody's ever used it before.
Yeah, that's probably.
So I don't know if you
we
necessarily need it. Yeah,
we can wait on that.
I kind of feel like you describing it with arcane armor might be the next most useful thing.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Protect it from spell casting.
As
it's armor, right?
as a horseless carriage, is it faster than horses?
Yeah, I do think I'm going to increase its speed a little bit because of that.
Cool.
Jesse.
Yes.
How does the arcane armor power work? Just called armor, yeah. Let's take a look here.
Where'd you go? Oh, no, that's not it. Oh yeah. Oh, it's called force field now.
Okay, perfect.
You weave a complex net of magical energy around a creature to protect it from harm. Creature that has this power gets +1 bonus to its armor. This magic causes the target to glow with magical light that is dim but bright enough to be noticed by someone observing the creature. And then you can cast additional strength to increase the armor given or target an additional creature. Like that.
And what strength can you spell scroll that at?
I believe I can spell scroll up to at any strength I can cast at, right?
Okay.
Which would be 6.
6?
Okay.
Not be
7,
that guy.
technically
But-
7.
Is there an inanimate object spell? Is there a different spell that would do this for inanimate objects, or is it because it just says targeting a creature? Can we target?
I'm letting him do it.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just making sure.
So I'll let you do this 2 different ways. You can choose. You said you can do it up to 6 when you activate it normally.
I believe technically 7.
Okay, so you can choose to make it a passive, where the armor of the cart is always 3 more than its normal. Or you can choose to make it like a button that somebody has to hit, and then the armor of the cart increases by 7 for a minute.
So,
And then
when you
it'll
said
have some kind of cooldown.
for the first one, you said it was 2 permanently or 7 per minute? 3 permanently.
3 permanently or 7 for a minute. And it'll have some kind of cooldown.
What do we think?
I mean, 7 for a minute in an escape would be pretty awesome. Nothing would hit us.
That's true.
Hurt us.
Yeah, I kind of leaned the other way because they might end up chasing us for a while.
A minute is 10 rounds of combat.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think how like that would relate to like a chase scene, because chase scene would obviously last longer than a minute.
Well, it might feel like it is story-wise, but mechanically there would still be rounds. So I would still be honoring it through until we were through 10 rounds.
Okay.
So
So then,
a minute is pretty long.
Yeah.
Even if the story feels like it's taking longer than a minute because like we're describing it in that way.
Then yeah, probably the minute.
Yeah.
The downside of it is like if you lose them and then they find you 10 minutes later, you don't have the 3 boost. But in that moment when you really needed it, your armor was really strong. It just depends on what you guys think. It's going to have like 2 or 3 natural armor. So
I mean, that's all. Jesse, do you want it to be an escape vehicle or do you want it to be a combat vehicle? I feel like it's an escape vehicle, but
Yeah, I mean, I would hope we're not getting into extended or repeated combats.
Yeah.
with your magical performance cart.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You've been traveling with this party for like a year, so.
I also like the idea, as much as possible, of it not actually pinging as magic to creatures with magical sight when it's not activated.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a great point, actually.
that's a good one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think to the greatest extent possible, Max would avoid having things there for people to just
Passives.
detect at random. Yeah.
I think that the camouflage spell is going to work the same way. Okay.
Sounds good.
What's the... We'll say that the camouflage spell will activate for like an hour.
Okay.
And these will be added to the carriage station. Well, actually, you could decide where you want, what station you want to put the buttons at, because you're essentially making like magic buttons.
Yes.
I feel like both of those got to go on the drivers, right? Because otherwise, if you're there by yourself, you're kind of screwed trying to reach for a button somewhere else.
I have Brandon with me.
I mean, hopefully you'd have Brandon with you.
Yeah, I think the armor. Yeah, I think the armor we'd realistically only be likely to activate if we're actively fleeing something, or otherwise it's otherwise being driven. So I think the armor one I would want to be able to be activated from the driver or passenger seat.
Okay.
And then let's say the camouflage in the carriage. That way, if you're trying to hide, you don't have to leave the carriage to do it.
I dig it. All right, cool. Good brainstorm, guys. So you set to work on turning this into a horseless carriage, creating one of the first ever experimental steam engines. And the rest of you are basically helping out with this project overnight. And eventually all of you go to rest. And we come to the day before the big day. All of you are sitting at breakfast, tired. Feeling like Dare for the first time. Because he's usually the one at the table who's like, I want to go to bed at this time. And what, if anything, do you guys want to do in your last day before the party begins? What's important? Any last minute things you guys want to get done? Or how would your character relax before pulling off a big heist?
doing a mission, doing a job.
I think Phil would get up, make coffee for everybody, and then go take a walk. He's just gonna walk the city today. He's just gonna walk around. Be the least noticeable he can be. Just go.
I feel like Carr doesn't know how to relax, so he's just going to stand next to the doctor and wait for him to tell him something else to do.
I could actually have you help me out holding stuff and making a small harness to get Marie some knives that we can hide somewhere under her dress or in her shoes or something.
We'll assist on that.
Marie's already stormed in and out of the room multiple times complaining about the corset that Hannah's trying to fit to her for tomorrow night. Anything else from anybody?
V would probably just be reading in the library or something.
Max is
Training
just
for his
preparing
rematch with the book.
Yeah, does Max need to get anything special ready? Does Jesse just need time to brainstorm what he's gonna do?
I have some ideas.
I'm excited.
But yeah, he'd probably be having Brandon help him assemble some things and put together some new tricks.
Okay. Well, as evening comes on, after a long day at the manor doing last-minute preparations, all of you meet with Quirrell before everyone is going to go rest before the big day that leads into the big night. Quirrell lays out the plans again, and he goes over the steps one by one, and then he looks to all of you and he says, "Now remember, things could completely fall apart inside, or they could go swimmingly. Most important thing is that you all get out alive. And Carr, you make sure to get that notebook, whatever it is.
I will.
There's going to be probably a lot of glitter and gold, but none of that is important as the knowledge contained in that book. I promise you that. It could change lives. It could save people.
I have no interest in material objects. I will bring us back the book.
Perfect man for the job.
I think it's worth ruminating on why this set of information, this research, is kept there, hidden away. I imagine it is for personal gain reasons, but just think on how much, if this was really helpful, that it was kept locked away like this.
He nods his head. I agree. So perhaps be on the lookout in case there's any other pertinent things that look like they could be helpful to people. But for now, that journal is most important, and staying out of the grasp of a man as powerful as Aldous is important as well. No need for the upper city to be angry at us. We might need their money eventually when it comes to making a cure. Thank you all for helping us with this.
Hopefully it all works out.
Well, if it leads to the kind of breakthrough we're expecting, it will have been well worth the effort.
I have seen Aetherblade before in other places, and it is something that I wish we knew more about.
Well, then tomorrow we do a great thing. And Quirrell will raise a glass of the brandy that he's been sipping on to doing great things.
Car holds up nothing, but
I'll
cheers
hold
it.
up the cup of coffee I've been drinking.
Max will raise his glass too.
He takes a long draught and he sits it down, his hand shaking. I'm going to get some rest. And he heads off.
Sounds like an excellent plan. I think I shall do the same as much as I can before an exciting performance like this.
I'll try when it gets closer to the morning.
Yeah, car shuts down right where he's at. Boom, boom.
He just slips over in the chair. And one by one, each of you drift off. Knowing that tomorrow is a big day. But you know what? After all the crazy things all of you have been through, and clearly all the crazy stuff that Phil's been through in his past, it's almost just another Jaren day for all of you. That's where we'll end our session for the night. And next time we play, we'll do a heist.
I'm gonna steal some shit.